Hello and welcome to this final video where we're now going to be taking a look at finishing touches and setting up a very basic render here. So the first thing we need to do for our finishing touches is to actually just deal with the shape of this a little bit. If we look around, we can see that we have areas that are just a little bit too thick. So let's just jump back down to the polygon mode here and manipulate this shape just a little bit better. And this is just going to be very quick here. And what I've actually noticed is that we've not been working in symmetry, so we need to do this together just like this. And this is just going to be a very quick and easy fix for this section here. So if we bring this all the way down just like this and then go back to smoothing, so there we go. So we have that fixed. The other thing we need to fix is where this is sort of protruding out. So let's make sure that this is like so, and let's go here and bring this up and down, and what we need to look at is the overall thickness, because this is just a little bit too thick in terms of overall. So just bring that in just a very tiny bit. Now what we also need to do is, because we have this centered, we need to make sure that this is also in the center here, so it's exactly in line with how we want this. Okay, and the next thing we need to do is to hide all these, and we need to cap this off. So if we select here and then we go down to bridge, and we're gonna select this, choose bridge, and we're gonna bridge from here to here, here to here, and we're just gonna go down and do this all the way, and hopefully that should retain the overall shape. Yeah, okay, so that should be fine. Okay, so now if we unhide this, the last thing we want to make sure is that we can sort of flip this in and outwards. So let's select this. We're going to choose effects pivot only, and we're going to bring this into maybe around the center of this screw. I'm guessing maybe this is so where things may rotate around. And so now if we do something like this, we're going to get something close to what we want. So we may need to just alter this for a moment just to see how far this gets us. So let's see. If we did that again. Okay, so that does this. So this is just trial and error. What I did here is hold down the left shift and then rotate this, and what it's going to allow me to do is sort of place this where I want, and it's going to also allow me to see where this pivot point needs to be. So if I now move this down to approximately here, and then set this blade, and now we do something like this. Okay, do this. Okay, now we go. Now we've got it. So that's going to be the actual position. So that just may take a few moments to sort of figure out where we want that to go. So the next thing we're going to look at is setting up the renders here. So what I can do now is I'm going to choose unfreeze selection, and I can hide the actual reference plane here. And we're just going to set up a very basic render. So if I press the let's see, the top view, and we're going to create a plane. So let's create a plane. So scale this up and center this off. Okay, now if we open the materials editor and double click and select all and make sure everything's assigned, what I want to do is run some specular, just something very simple and basic. And I'm going to deselect the floor, and I'm going to save this and bring this up. Okay, so now if I place this on its side, so press A to go to angle snaps. And then just sort of place this on this surface. And I'm going to pull this up instead of bringing this knife down. And now we can sort of deal with how we want, or where we want the blade. We can do that if we like. However, what I'm going to do is bring this up, and I'm going to choose to cast shadows, and I want contrasting shadows here, so I'm going to maybe put like an orangey red color. Let's see, something maybe like this here, and then copy this. Just copy. I'm going to set this to a low value, maybe 0.3 or 0.4, and it's like sort of the opposite value here. So let's see, something blue maybe, and I don't want this one to cast shadows. So let's see. If we now render, let's see what we get. If I go to show safe frame, it's going to show the area that's going to be rendered. And I'm going to go to render setup. And I want to change this down to HDTV. We could do something like 1080. And I'm going to turn wireframe on. It's just going to help me frame this just a little better. And if we'd like to, we can set this to realistic and choose render and see what it is we actually get here. So you can see we get this this knife turn out pretty well. What we can do just for some added depth is we can add a skylight, and I'm going to choose cast shadows. However, I'm going to decrease the Raper bias down just to make the render much quicker here. And I can bring this maybe down so it's not so bright. All we want to do is just capture some extra detail here, so choose render. And maybe we need to move this around just a little. Okay. So there we have it. We have our knife, and it looks fairly nice. There's better rendering techniques and different ways that you can present this work. However, for now, I think this is just going to be the way that I'm going to finish with this. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next videos, where we will then try to look at, or should I say, we will look at taking this object, unwrapping it, and actually placing in some colors. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Now,